how to stop and or avoid violence. Now the whole world is talking about it, the Chris Rock and Will Smith incident. So I believe in the real world where we live, unless you are taking part of a slapping competition, which these days do exist. I mean, we see more and more videos. There is always that opportunity to avoid violence. Unless you are in a position where you have to defend your life or your family's lives, you have the option to avoid violence. We're going to get into quickly into your opinions of what happened at the Oscars. I've certainly got my opinion, and then we're going to jump into 10 ways to avoid violence. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Ready.
Sure.
Next to me are the most non-violent people that I know, Eddie Magane and Anna-Marie Meyer. Welcome.
Thank you.
Let's do it.
Sure.
So, everybody's seen this video. It's gone viral, it's gone mad. There's 3 camps, as we discussed off camera. So camp 1 says, you know, he has every right to defend his wife's honor and to defend his wife's condition, because he feels that the joke was taken out of context, it was abusive, because he knew about the condition that he had. Camp 1. Camp 2 says, under no circumstances is there ever the need for violence. You can avoid it, you can have a conversation with him afterwards, you can even, you know, do a screaming match during, but violence was not necessary. And then Camp 3 says it was all fake and staged. Where are you guys on this?
It's actually quite funny. No, I don't believe in violence. It's wrong. This is worldwide scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, I made a joke earlier to say maybe he still smiled at the joke by looking at his wife and saw her eyes rolling.
Perhaps triggering
Yeah,
that emotion.
triggered that emotion. And obviously, I need to set this right because I need to go and face my wife when I get home. So I need to stand up. Just a joke.
He had to choose
But
between the two fights.
Between the two, and maybe the wife is worse. We'll never know. But no, violence is not, to me, violence is not right. To do this, protecting her, by all means.
Yeah.
To sort something like that off camera, the world is not going to know, and maybe the world then would have put him into a little bracket to say that doesn't protect her. Because no matter what he did, there would have been a flip side to this coin. So we can argue this forever. But if he didn't stand up for her, maybe he could have just bad mouthed. But still, there would have been something out of this. Because he is up there.
Yeah, it's in the public view. What is your opinion?
There's certainly a reason we don't have wars anymore. I mean, except for the recent Russia issue, but the world has become a better place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Through communication.
Yes, so violence is not the way anymore. I mean, to think that, I think about 10 years ago, I was a Will Smith, and it's not something that I would do today. Certainly, it took growth to get there.
Yeah.
There could have been a better resolve, certainly.
I agree with you. So I think let's get into the 10 points, or 10 tips rather, on how to avoid violence. It's as simple as that. Number 1, tell someone.
I think if you feel a victim, is just speak up. Obviously, if you're younger, to parents, in an office environment, to your colleague or to a manager. And if it's maybe in a shopping center where you feel threatened, get out of the situation and just move into an open space where people can see you. Because obviously there's, a safe environment. There's no one that you can tell. But just move out of the space. But you've got to speak up because you can't keep on living with that. Bullying at school is a very big thing. And those kids keep quiet. There, you have to speak up. But they feel victimized.
Yeah, agree. Number 2, take all violence and abuse seriously.
Yeah, I mean, it's in our hands to make what we want to make out of the world that we live in. So it's one person at a time. If we treat this as a serious matter, obviously this will multiply to everyone else out there, and we can finally live in a world that's violent-free and safe for everyone.
It will just spread out and people will speak up.
Absolutely, yeah. Number 3, take a stand. So you know, I've heard this, and I come from an environment, being an immigrant child, not speaking the language. I understand bullying, but you have to take a stand. And I love this quote: "We don't bully, and we don't get bullied." So whenever you see something happening, take a stand. Stand up and say, "This is not right, and I'm going to confront you because of your actions." Not in a violent way, but I'm going to take a stand and say, whatever is going on here is not fair on this person. So I think that point is also quite important. Be an individual. Think for yourself. Just be you.
This whole situation you just now mentioned, that you've got to, and it fills it up, that you need to be able to stand up. Now, everyone that knows me knows that I don't have a filter when it comes to bullying. I easily, and that is being individual. That is making a stand. That is putting yourself out there sometimes to stand up for someone else. But then again, if you need to step out of it, step out of it. So you need to make that choice, but make it firm.
Yeah. Number 5, take back the power.
Yeah, obviously in a violent situation, you want to be that guy that had to be there. You want to be the guy that's able to show everyone that whatever's going on there is not necessary. There has to be someone that comes like as an outsider in any violent situation, and be able to at least confront either the violent party in that matter, and be able to show them that, listen, you are at fault here, right? You can actually treat this situation better, and still be able to comfort the victim.
Yeah, of course, power isn't the actual fist. Power is the fact that you can mediate, you can manage, you can control.
Control your breathing, control your emotions, your heart rate, and the calmest one in the room normally always wins. Number 6, think how you would feel. So I love this. The only way or the only time you are standing over someone or you're above someone is when you're doing this, when you're picking them up. That's the only time. So think about how that person is feeling at that point, whether you're in the leverage position or you've got power over someone. Think about, how would I feel if that person is imposing this idea on me, or this, whatever it is, the moment that you feel this is a violent situation, how would I feel if someone faster, stronger and bigger was doing that to me?
Problem is with the violent person, they feel strong. And if that violent person just turned the roles around, it would be different.
Yeah. Number 7, be a friend.
I think we've got more friends than what we realize, and we don't see it. So be a friend by standing up for others. Be a friend rather than a fighter, because then you're not going to end up in a fight. So if someone provoke you, or when you feel threatened, try and calm it down. So tonality, calm it down. If you feel provoked or in a situation like that.
You can't fight fire with fire.
No, you can't.
You can fight fire with water.
Easy.
Absolutely. Spread the word.
We need to speak about this. We need to get it out there. We need to make sure that the desired outcome of the environment we want to create for ourselves is shared through the eyes of everyone. I mean, now we have social media. The more we speak against violence, the better environment we can create.
Absolutely, it creates awareness.
This whole Will Smith thing was the exact thing that we needed. And that wasn't even a major big thing. This wasn't a house fight or anything. It was, but it's worldwide, a known figure. And maybe this is exactly what we needed, for people to stand up and start.
I must say, Chris Rock took that like a true champion. He didn't even flinch. He carried on with his speech. I'm like, geez, I'm very impressed. Yeah,
That's
he handled
why the
it
people
very
think it's staged.
Yeah, perhaps. Number 8, avoid situations or places that are known for violence. So, nightclubs, what are they known for?
I actually wanted to take that one, yes.
But you can.
Let's go for it. I'll take the next one.
Take that, because you know what? You guys still go out more often in situations like that.
So I actually grew up in Atteridgeville, small neighborhood. almost everyone knows each other. Now, obviously, as you grow, there will be those that make it in life and those that don't. Now, what usually happens is you get to be disliked for living a straight life, positive life, and that environment automatically becomes toxic for you. Because whatever you say would easily be simply because you're living a better life. Yeah. If you try to throw a joke, it's not as funny. So the decision was, okay, so if I'm to have lunch, dinner, or a drink, it has to be far from that place.
I can imagine. I understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
So this is not the normal. I would have just said, don't go to public places that's known. Exactly what you said.
Yeah.
But this
Sometimes
is a
it's the
total
environment.
different angle.
very toxic environment,
It's a
yeah.
toxic environment, and sometimes you need to just stay away from it.
Yeah. Number 10, stay cool. Like we just spoke, you can't fight fire with fire. That creates a tornado of destruction and burning. And sometimes, most times, you can't take it back. Things are said, things are done. You can never reverse back into time and fix it, unfortunately.
When emotions run high, I've got the tendency just to lift my hand and say, guys, just a second, because whatever we're now going to say can't be taken back. So just quickly, just 2 seconds, think about it. And but yes, emotions run high, and it's not easy for everyone to stay cool and calm and say, okay, I'm going to be the better person stepping out of it, because it feels like you're losing.
The trick is, I think if there's a confrontation, let's say family members, or let's say work, take work, because we love to have strong opinions in meetings. I think the moment that it gets very heated, somebody neutral and cool has to say, right, we are having an argument. Just want to bring it up on the table that the outcome of this debate or argument, whatever you want to call it, this heat, is to benefit the company and benefit us as individuals. So in a family argument, let's say, for example, me and my sibling, we're arguing, we're younger, and we're arguing about simple stuff. The outcome of this argument should benefit the household going forward.
You need to know what the outcome is going to be.
Yeah.
So a simple club fight is something, just turn around and walk away.
There's no outcome.
There's no outcome, but normal other kind of situations, first establish what your outcome is going to be.
Yeah.
Is it worth the while to fight about it? I think we all got to a point in our lives where some things is just not worth even talking
It's
about.
totally avoidable.
So you can just turn around and walk about. And sometimes not. Now let's take the meetings. Those kind of things we need to. And then get to a point where you do walk in, understanding it's never personal.
Yeah. There needs to be an intention for that confrontation to resolve. I mean, we have it. Logic overcomes rank. Always. So if your logic makes more sense, it doesn't matter that it's a higher ranking manager, your logic should win. So if logic overcomes rank, if logic overcomes the tendency to get violent, then logic should always win.
So in a workplace,
cool.
we can vote it out by saying, with these kind of behaviors in a workplace situation, there shouldn't be a reason for victimization and anything in that sense. In a public space where you ran into someone or someone just attacked you for no reason, then you can start with different resources. But in a workplace,
Absolutely.
keep in mind.
Hope you guys enjoyed our discussion. I know I did. I learned a lot about these two non-violent individuals. And thank you very much. If you liked it, hit the like button, also share.
Subscribe to our channel.
Or ring a bell.
Thank you very much, and bye-bye, everybody.